What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. So, according to the state's attorney in the R.Kelly case, more indictments are on the way for everybody who's been involved. From handlers, managers, people in R.Kelly inner circle who participated and sat by and watched this thing happen, who accepted checks on the behalf of the suffering of some of these underage women. And I'm definitely for that. But at the same time, don't just stop there. Don't just stop there. If you're going to do it, you got to be real and fair for everybody. Now, a lot of facts came out on a lot of these parents. And it all starts from that first. How these parents raise their children, what they teach their children, and what they open their children up to be accessible to. And according to the facts that's out here, when R. Kelly had these minors, ask yourself this question. Why these parents wasn't filing police reports, missing children police reports? Why they wasn't doing that? Why these young girls R. Kelly accused of, when they said he had them all the way up to they young, now they grown now. Why they coming out now about R. Kelly since the girls are now grown? Think about that. I'm going to let y'all think about that for a second before I begin to elaborate on that to open y'all up to some things. They got on record that these young girls who R. Kelly had ever since they was young, he got them now. I mean, they still with him now that they grown. But he had them when they was young. And why you hearing these people speaking out about their children? Remember the surviving R. Kelly? Oh, I want my daughter. I want my daughter. Why they wasn't saying that at first? Why they wasn't saying that at first when they were under the age? Why they asking for them now that the girls are grown? Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. And why they should be investigated. Why they should have some type of charge of negligence, child abuse, child misconduct on them for what they done. Because let me tell you something. It only started coming out on these, they want their daughters now that they grown. 19, 18, 20 years old now. But when he was dealing with them young girls when they was under the age, you wasn't hearing these parents speak out because they was being compensated. They was being compensated financially wise. When the girls came of age and now that they grown and the parents' water is cut off, now it's a problem. Now it's our daughters. He been doing it to our daughter. Let's get it. If we gonna get it, let's get it all. Let's get it up. Because these facts are out here. I was trying, if y'all saw the Surviving R. Kelly series, I'm trying to find the one, I think it's probably in episode 5 or 6, where the parents who were throwing stones at the studio when they said they daughter up in there. When they were throwing stones at the studio, they were saying how when their daughter was basically commanding the mother, saying like, it's a scene where they talking and they was like, she wanted to work with him so bad. And she told us if we wouldn't let her work with him, she was going to, and then they just cut it off. I'm like, she was going what? And they go to something else. And they never came back to it. But I'm saying to myself, this is a young girl, underage. What are you threatening your parents, your mother and father? What are you threatening to do to them if they wouldn't let you work with him? But they cut it. Why did Lifetime cut that scene like that? And if anybody know what I'm talking about, I wish I tried to go on the internet to find it. I couldn't find it because they ain't release anything. But certain little clips up, but I couldn't find them. But if anybody been watching, they know exactly what I'm talking about. How is it that your child, 14 or 15 years old, given ultimatums and commands to the mother and the father, but we don't hear nothing about this? Now that she's grown, now it's a problem. Now that Jocelyn grown, now that the other girl grown, now that they all grown now and they adults, now it's a problem. But when they was minors and they spending weekends with R. Kelly and weeks with R. Kelly and summers with R. Kelly, what parent allowed that to happen? I don't care how famous, how popular R. Kelly is. You are a parent who allows, and it's girls. Let me tell you something. Girls are different than guys when it comes to parenting. We know as parents, we really have to protect our daughters even more so than the boys because of what's between their legs and what they can bring home. Okay? So what parent have young girls 13, 14, 15 years old and you not troubled, you not bothered, you ain't even concerned that your daughter is in another state with a grown man at his house for weeks and weekends and months at a time, and you a parent? Come on, man, get up out of here with that trash. Why wasn't no police reports filed and talked about then? Why wasn't it? Why wasn't it? Why we wait till now that they grown, 18, 19, now all this stuff want to come out? Those parents need to be investigated too, and something need to be launched against them too. And guess what? We got the Surviving R. Kelly series on there, so they telling on themselves. They telling on themselves. That's how I know about this stuff. I think they was wrong. I think they was even more wronger to some degree than R. Kelly. Because if you going to dress your daughter up, put her in the car, drive her to this man, you more of a monster than he is. You drove your child to the monster. You gave him an offering of your child. Why y'all think these children, now since they grown, why you think they don't even want to talk to their parents? Why you think Jocelyn was speaking out against like, no, I'm fine. Why you think when that one girl come to the hotel to go get her one daughter who R. Kelly transformed into a boy, why you think she telling them, like, what are you doing here? Like, no, go on, I'll speak. And look at how they interacted with each other. That go to show you how the parenting was. They gonna show you how the parenting was. Man, my daughter never say no stuff like that to me, even if she out of pocket and she bogus. If she see me and they see my face and my presence, they ain't finna be like, what are you doing here? Go. No, that ain't finna happen. No, I'm sorry. That ain't finna happen. Okay. Get up out of here. And really go. That's why them young girls is rebelling against their parents. Because they knew what their parents did to them. They knew what their parents did to them. Now when they like, we want you to come home. We ain't seen you in 2-3 years. If your daughter ain't trying to call you in 2-3 years and she away from R. Kelly with her phone, shopping, walking around the mall and stuff, all in another state while R. Kelly somewhere else and she still ain't trying to reach out to y'all, what do you think that means? Why Jocelyn father trying to get famous and popular, all them people want checks. All them people want checks. Drea Kelly, her too. I don't even like seeing her. She's so fake, it ain't even funny. She purposely keeping this man's name to capitalize financially off his name. Then come to find out she was allegedly trying to not trying to, but was getting money out of some of the other girls who was victims in his situation. The whole thing is a mess. From top to bottom, the whole thing is a mess. But that's something that just don't sit right with me. That never sat right with me. That part right there. The parenting mean a lot. And when you're seeing the children lashing out against their own mother and father who's sitting in front of the cameras posing to be stand-up parents who did nothing wrong but gave their children the best love. So I don't see, why would they do this to me? Why would they do this? Why your child don't want to talk to you? Why your child don't even want to call you on the phone? Why your child don't even want to visit their own sisters and brothers that still left? Why? Why don't they? They know what y'all did. That's why. That's common sense. Ain't nowhere in the world you gave your child all this love and support and wisdom and nourishing and all this, and they don't want nothing to do with you. They rather be with a monster. They rather be with a monster who beat them, raped them, had them doing anal and oral sex on each other and all this, and they rather be with the monster than be up under a home of care and nurturing and love and truth and peace. Come on, man. Who you fooling? Y'all ain't fooling nobody. Get up out of here with that trash. And really go to show you what's going on really behind closed doors. Then they got the Tim Savage dude who one of the real dudes who started this whole thing. Then they got him all on tape recording, and he married, trying to have sex with other girls and things like that. And come on, man. Come on, get up out of here, man. They got mad at R.Kelly because that dude was paying them. He was paying them. Why he had their kids. Then when the kids came of age and they grown, I don't have to pay you no more. They grown. They legal. See what I'm saying? They grown. They legal. You can't blackmail me no more. They with me now. You get what I'm saying? Cut their ward off. Now, he had our kids. We ain't seen them. They need to be prosecuted too. That's the only thing I think. I think R. Kelly need to be prosecuted for his crimes and what he did, but they should also be prosecuted too for their crimes and their actions towards their children and actually enticing and bringing them to this man. That's a fact. They did that, man. They was doing that. I saw it with my own eyes. I ain't the only one saw it with my own eyes. A lot of the people out there saw it too. They was bogus and out of pocket. So I think if you're going to launch an investigation, you got to do it on all of them, man. From all around the board, man. All around the board, man. I only feel sorry for those minors. You know what I'm saying? Who was not only been done wrong through R. Kelly, but also through their parents, man. Set them little kids up like that, man. And that's foul. That's what I hate. And those parents trying to sit there and act too goody two shoes like this is just all new to them and they had no idea. No, this bogus, and that's why they need to have reports on them. They have never filed a report, a missing child report or nothing like that. Never pressed charges on them, man, while their children were underage with them. Never had no type of DNA kits put on them with this man DNA found in the minors. None of that. Till they grown now. Why they didn't do none of that when they was adolescents? Now since they grown, it's a problem. And some of them adult girls who he was having sex with that was adults, the R.Kellys and all them, a lot of them allegedly they were participating in those same actions willingly. They wasn't brainwashed. They wasn't doing that stuff like that. They willingly, voluntarily a part of that. See how sophisticated they try to talk on camera, all intellectual and educated. They were participating in those actions, and people coming out there speaking on them too also. They just got mad that dude had a whole new batch. Even one girl said, who left on her own free will, a grown lady, like, And when I got to the airport, I wanted to go back. So I called him on the phone, and I just wanted him to answer. If he would have answered, I would have went back. But he didn't answer. Right. And there you are on TV trying to tell because he didn't answer. Yeah. So they was all guilty of that stuff, man. I think, look, a real thorough investigation on the whole thing, not just him, on the whole thing, need to be done, man. Need to be. I'm talking about if you're gonna do justice, then it's justice for everybody. Everybody, not just because his name out there and his team and his handlers. Talk to the team and handlers too. Let them all. See, them parents don't think. See, them parents not expecting R. Kelly to tell on them because telling on them it also admits his guilt. You get what I'm saying? If he say, yeah, they bought them to me and I was paying them, that's admitting his guilt. So that's why they can tell on him and be cool with it because they know he can't admit his guilt. So they can say, but let them young people talk. Take them victims, if they willing to talk, and let them tell how long they really been with him and who brought them to him. Watch what they say. Watch what they say. And that's real talk. So we need indictments on these parents. I'm keeping it real. We need indictments on these parents. Jostling parents, the other parent who was throwing stones at the window, them talking about, oh, we knew that him and Aaliyah's situation, and we knew about the rape case with the girl, but when he was found not guilty, we decided not to hold it against him. The courts found him not guilty. So we thought it would be good that he mentor our daughter. Right. Somebody get an indictment on them people. Real talk. It's Bible truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours.